the first response that I get is, which one of these guys are you talking about? So I say, at this point, both of them look silly. I'm trying to say, it's besides the point which one of these guys. Both these guys have done something goofy in this photo. They've done a goofy pose in this photo. So it really is besides the point which one of these two is. The point is that I would let myself be heartbroken by any of these two guys. You get my point? So she's like, I think that it piqued somebody's curiosity. Oh, you're showing me a picture of somebody that you dated? I need to know this. So I say, the one on the left. And she says, really? He looks so old. Now I'm getting agitated. Because where are we going with this? Who cares if he's old or not? Whether I'm dating him still, no longer dating him, that is besides the point. Hello everyone, it's 2023, the time is 1 in the afternoon, and February the 8th on a Wednesday. I'm in bed. Do plan on going somewhere this coming weekend. I hope it does materialize. So far, I haven't paid for anything. I kind of have an idea where I'm going to stay, have an idea what the event is going to be and all the activities that I want to do throughout the weekend, but I have not committed to anything in the shape of buying a ticket for this and booking that place, etc. This is my second time doing this recording. I stopped after only a few minutes ago, because my mind I thought was fine, but the recording, I was all over the place. We'll consider this another pet peeve episode. Yesterday, I was in bed minding my own business. I go on Facebook. I'm on Facebook and eBay a lot because I run 2 stores on Facebook and 1 on eBay. On Facebook, I get a message. It's a friend request. The name sounds familiar. I think to myself, oh my gosh, has this creeper still been looking me up? Gross. Because there's no photo on the friend request, no friends at all, just requesting me. Then I'm just like disturbed. There's not really, I didn't want to talk about it to anyone and be like, do you remember that? I didn't want to remember that. I don't even think I told anybody about this creeper person. So I put the name of the friend requester in my search box on Facebook, and somebody with a similar name comes up as one of my friends. I'm like, oh, it's this guy that I used to know. Thank gosh, because this particular guy that it actually is not a creeper at all. It's someone that I dated for a short period of time, but he's not creepy. I mean, I don't necessarily date creepy guys. So then I go to his profile, because the friend requester has nothing going on his page, just it's the same name as the guy that I know. So I go to the guy that I know, and I'm like, actually, I blogged about him, but we won't get into those details. So I go to his profile. The last picture, the last post on his profile, he's since posted again. Like, not really. It was somebody who tagged him. And the picture is of himself in a suit, but he looks so goofy with another guy. Like, they look like 2 girls. I don't know. It looks like they look like 2 goofy girls, or even a guy and a girl who are in like a couple, like newly married. So like they're being silly and goofy. I say all this to say, I take a screenshot of that photo, kind of in jest. I send it to my sisters and a couple of my friends. And I sent it to everybody at once. And I captioned it to think that I once allowed myself to be heartbroken by this guy, by a guy who looks like this, or by a guy who does this. Because the pose in that photo is so goofy and so silly. The guy is funny. So kind of, because I know him, it makes sense that he would do that. But like I said, this is partly in jest. I dated him like 10 years ago. It's crazy to think that it was that long ago, actually. That's probably why I couldn't even quite remember. Now, the first response that I get, I don't send people pictures of people I date. People don't know what people I date look like or anything. I keep that very private to respect the guys that I'm dating, even if a lot of them turn out to be jerks, but they still are entitled to being respected. Everybody is. The first response that I get is, which one of these guys are you talking about? So I say, at this point, both of them look silly. I'm trying to say, it's besides the point which one of these guys. Both these guys have done something goofy in this photo. They've done a goofy pose in this photo. So it really is besides the point which one of these two is. The point is that I would let myself be heartbroken by any of these two guys. You get my point? So she's like, I think that it piqued somebody's curiosity. Oh, you're showing me a picture of somebody that you dated? I need to know this. So I say, the one on the left. And she says, really? He looks so old. Now I'm getting agitated. Because where are we going with this? Who cares if he's old or not? Whether I'm dating him still, no longer dating him, that is besides the point. So I said, I dated him. You know how like guys who are like silver foxes, the particular guy I'm talking about has a white beard. He never had a beard when we dated. I wouldn't have dated him. Sorry. Not that because it was white, but because I'm not into, no offense, guys with beards. I know they're in right now. Not my thing. No, but nothing is my thing right now anyway. So let everybody be offended at once or nobody be offended at all. So I'm like, like when I dated him, he used to shave clean, but I like a stubble. Like when it's just 5 o'clock shadow. That shit is so sexy to me. I never really tell the guys, but I just get moist if I'm dating a guy who shaves, and all of a sudden it grows a little bit. I'm like, oh baby, come to mama. Who are your daddy? So I didn't explain to this girl, oh, he never used to, and it was 10 years ago, blah, 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 blah. She's like, how old? He looks old, she says. And I said, the one on the right doesn't look young either. And she says, well, he looks younger than the one on the... Do you see where this conversation is going? Am I crazy for being annoyed that now we're discussing who of the two guys is older? I'm like, can we go back to the point? I'm the one who initiated this conversation. This is not about you and your thoughts and your judgments. The one on the left that I dated is white. The one on the right is black. They look like they could be the same age. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care who's older. So I go, black don't crack. And she goes, ha ha ha. I don't care, black. I'm not even really trying to. And I said, this guy was that many years older than me when we were dating. And I don't think that that's too old, but I also don't care. My point here was blah, 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 blah. And she goes, oh yeah, haha. So that was the end of that conversation. She got her curiosities fed. I got nothing out of it other than a podcast episode, I guess. Now I sent it to 5 people, right? 1 down, 4 to go. The second one is a friend as well. Because, it's time difference and the people who are responding are in the Americas and my family is in Africa. So now the second one goes, which one of the two? I go to the previous conversation, I copy my initial response to the same question, and I paste it. And then to that, they respond, when did you date this guy? I respond, before he broke my heart. And she put a face, what is it called? Face palm. Is that what it's called? Because this particular person, we will talk to each other and understand each other, and it'll be great. And I'll be like, oh my God, I love you. You're the best. And then there'll be a period where she understands nothing that I say. I could be talking about anything and she will not understand it. So when she didn't understand that, I thought to myself, I'm not even going to, and I'm not about to entertain another person who is asking their own curious questions that have nothing, and nobody is giving me any reaction. They don't have to say what I expect or what I want them to say out of this. But the joke is going over people's heads. Nobody's getting nothing. People are just so nosy because now it's another person who's seeing for the first time a guy that I dated. When did you do? Who gives a fuck? Like, we had a conversation recently about how long I've been single and whatever. So it definitely has not been recently. Who cares how long ago it was that I dated him? My point is, look at how goofy this person is, and to think that I let him break my heart at some point. It's like, it's a joke. You would think that another girl who's dated a guy who's not really their type, not that this guy wasn't my type. I enjoyed dating him at the time. He made me feel really good. He was a charmer. I mean, obviously that's why we dated, and that's why I was heartbroken when things didn't work out. So that happened, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going through this shit again. My sisters actually know, they've seen photos of the guys that I've dated, they've FaceTimed with some of them. So hopefully it wouldn't have been as frustrating dealing with them. But at this point, I was like, do I want to go through this 3 more times? No. So I go to 2 of my sisters and I delete that. And I just leave my niece, because she and I, we text often about like guys and how annoying they can be and just like dumb shit. And we make fun of guys, like whatever, we'll be silly like that. So I left it for her because she was going to get it. She wakes up in the morning. She replies just laughing, like, guys are so dumb. They don't deserve anything. Like, she gets it right away. And I respond, and she's like, actually, they look like they're a couple. Oh, first she said, is it the black guy? Because he looked like he had a perm. So she said, is it the one with a perm? She was being silly. So I'm just like, no, it's the one on the left. And I said, well, actually, both of them look stupid. And she's like, yeah, they do. They actually look like they're a couple. I said, I know, right? And I put hashtag newlyweds. And we were just laughing. That's what I was hoping and maybe expecting. You have to lower your expectation and expect nothing. In which point, what is the point? What's the point of even starting a conversation if you're supposed to expect nothing? Just don't talk to anybody. Just stay here. And that's tough, right? So I was relieved, but my 2 sisters, they didn't ask any questions. They weren't like, what did you delete or whatever. Actually, one of them, I missed a call from her, and I tried to call her back and she didn't pick up. So, but either way, I'm hoping that my sisters would have understood. My siblings are everything, because sometimes we're trying to talk to people. I have to think, oh, don't say anything to this person. They're gonna misunderstand. They're gonna think. They're gonna, and it's just like, never mind. Like, I'll send somebody a message and I'll just retract it. I do a lot of unsending on all my social media when I try to talk to people. You can ask anybody I talk to, and it's only probably 1 or 2. There's always unsent message. Sometimes they catch the message before I unsend it, or they'll see a preview or whatever. Maybe they'll say something about it, maybe not. A lot of the time they'll be like, I saw that, which I don't care. It's not a secret. That's why I sent it to you. But I just decided, oh, is it going to be worth my energy and the trouble to be trying to make this person understand? So one of the 2 people who the last one who was like, oh, when did you date this guy? I knew it was gonna go down a thing where it is not gonna be about what I was talking about at all. Like this person, sometimes I'll tell them, oh my God, and they're probably gonna listen to this episode because they actually they won't listen to this, but they support me in a lot of ways. It's a friend of mine. If I talk to them about, if I'm like, oh my God, this and that happened on eBay and whatever, they'll be like, I don't understand how eBay works. Meanwhile, that's not the point. Maybe my point is, so a customer said to me or whatever, or I'll say a customer's trying to return a pair of pants because I said the inseam is 12 inches and they say no, but it's 11.75. And my friend will reply, I don't know, we don't use inches, we use centimeters. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, that is not the point. Or they'll say, I don't know what an inseam is. Again, that's not the point. Am I the crazy one here? That's not the point. The point is the number. Or they'll say, I'm not good at math. It'll be something that is not the context at all of what I'm really talking about. So maybe I'm the one who makes things ununderstandable. My mom used to say when I was living in South Africa, Babala gets frustrated when we don't hear what she's saying, but she talks really fast. I just don't like to repeat myself. It's something about that. It's not, I'm not arrogant. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. Not at all. Like, for what? Look at my life. I struggle to maintain relationships. I date guys who do goofy shit. I can't even have friends or maintain friendships. I'm trying to be friends with people who don't understand the first thing about me. Obviously, this is not a life to be envied. Tell that to all the people who are mimicking everything I do on social media. But honestly, that's really what it is. So I'm not better than anybody else. I'm sitting here talking to a recording because I have zero friends and I have nobody around me all the time. So there's nothing, I'm not arrogant or any of that. Everybody has their pet peeves. I have more pet peeves than a lot of people. That's that's what it is. So my mom used to say that. She'd be like, oh my God, I forget how to, like when I was at home a few months ago, they'd be like, man, you talk faster than so-and-so. No, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I forgot hearing this. I forgot about hearing this because I don't talk to anybody. Hopefully I don't talk that fast on this recording and that you're able to understand me between my accent and how fast apparently I talk. I'm trying to be clear. I try to sit in a position where my voice will come out okay. Currently, I have a throat situation where my voice is kind of gone. Like if I were to sing, I cannot sing the normal key that I always do. I have to sing a couple notes lower. I had a flu when I was in South Africa, a bad one. It was bad. And everybody ended up getting it, I guess, from me. And the coughing was the worst coughing I ever did. I thought I was going to die. I would try to do breathing exercises. You know, when you're ready to cough and that happens and you're ready to... So I would try to breathe so that I don't cough so badly and then it would just explode. My throat was burning, dude. That was November. And I'm here to tell you it's February now and my voice is still not back. I think that I damaged a vocal cord or two. I don't know how many we have. I forgot to mention that at the doctor because I had a long list of things that I have to call them back. Oh gosh, I'm just like not in the mood for any of that. So this one girl who I love, she just would not understand anything. This morning I was going to... No, I messaged her, I guess, last night. What was it about? I wonder if I'll be able to look and this thing will still record if I check. Hold on. Stay. Oh, so there's a show. We usually recommend crime shows to each other. She never watches any of the shows I tell her to, I recommend to her. And basically, I'm not interested in the stuff she recommends to me too, because she recommends things from, like, I don't want to be too specific, and then, the person feels attacked or whatever, I know. But, like, she'll recommend, when people who send you memes, they just forward memes that they find funny or gifts or whatever. I'm not somebody who likes that kind of, like, I'll post one or two on social media, but I won't go to one person and just send them things that I did. And I keep on, like, every few days I'm sending you or forward you. Like, if I'm watching other people's reels or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, and download those things and send you. Like, that's not my thing. Or, like, watch and follow somebody's. I have my own YouTube channel. I have my own, all of this social media. I don't see anybody sharing my stuff. They don't have to find it funny, but I don't see anybody sharing them. So if you follow me on those platforms and you never share my stuff, and you want to share other people's and make me give other people's views and watches and whatever of things I don't even find interesting, it's like, well, I don't see you liking any of my stuff. So who the fuck are these strangers with things that I don't even find funny? Like, no. So it'll be a lot of that. So basically my point is, we recommend shows to each other, but I know she's not going to watch any of the shows I recommend to her. And I'm not going to go and read any of the blogs that she's referring to or whatever. And I mentioned it to her, like, I don't find this stuff interesting, so I'm not going to be following up with that. She always says, oh my God, that sounds interesting, I'm going to check it out. And then she never checks out the stuff that I recommend. So that's fine too, right? Maybe we're not friends. Then yesterday, I was watching another episode of one of my favorite sick shows, True Crime, Signs of a Psychopath. I recommend you check that out if you're into psychopathic behavior. I know a couple of psychopathic people, and I was married to one. I've yet to meet somebody who is that level. I say this because, and I hope I don't. I say this because when I watch these crime shows, and I may have mentioned this in one of my previous episodes, whenever I watch one of these crime shows, I don't care if it's a crime about people killing animals, or people killing people, or people hurting females, or people just fucking people up verbally, or, you know what I mean? In any different aspect of psychopathy, this person has those qualities. The person that I know. I don't care. I'll be like, oh my God, that sounds like something he would say. If I'm watching Married at First Sight, which is not a true crime show, but it should be, and there's somebody there doing something super psychopathic, and people are commenting, oh, what a sociopath, or what a psychopath, I'm thinking to myself, that person actually reminds me of the person that I know. To that level. Thank God I made it out alive. Or sometimes I wonder if making it alive out of a situation is a blessing or not. But, it's a whole nother conversation. Because when you're dead, aren't you? Now, sorry guys. This is this really, maybe I shouldn't have recorded thing on my period, because I mean that period, no pun intended, where you hate everybody. So maybe that's what this really is about. So to wrap this up, I sent the same friend, Signs of a Psychopath is another good one. She replied, is that a show? It's always a question. Maybe it's how I talk. It's always a question and response. It's never, I know, right? Or, oh, I'm going to check it out. Or no, it's not, I'm not into it. Or I saw it before and whatever. It's never like understanding. It's like, oh, oh my God, I'm so confused again. And confused people is one of, like, my pet peeves. Like, I'm not trying to make you, this is not a classroom right now. No offense to anybody who gets confused. I get confused too, trust me, more than you'll ever know. I get so embarrassed. Like, I'll be talking to somebody, customer service on the phone, because, I have no friends. And I'll be like, sorry, I misunderstood the whole thing. Or I'll be frustrated. Meanwhile, it turns out I'm the one who misunderstanding, and they're the one who are being absolute angels by being patient, because they can see I'm lost and I'm impatient, but I'm dumb. So I'd just be like, once I figure it out, if I figure it out, because, sometimes you don't, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you are a godsend for being so patient with me and being so nice through this whole thing. Meanwhile, I've been so lost. So I'm not better than the next person, but this is me recording. So I'm telling you my side of it. So it's like, oh, is that a show? I'm like, yeah, I put a thumb up. Before that, I said something and I said, I'm sorry that I talked about this and that. I know that that's uncouth. And the response was, what does uncouth mean? Everything was when you come in and somebody responded to a bunch of your messages and now it's your turn to respond because you weren't available. Every response to everything I say is a question, 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 question. I get an answer, and then those things will be followed up with questions. I'm not in the mood to answer questions all the time. Like, what is this? Like what do they call it? Not a dissertation. When you go to court and whatever. So I'm like, oh God. So I tell myself, just don't answer any of the questions. So I didn't answer any questions. I just skip, because because it's not going to help anybody. Or it'll be something like, I don't know where Colombia is, for example. Or if you say, oh my God, look how beautiful this place is, somewhere in Colombia. My friend was there yesterday. It'll be like, I didn't know you have friends in Colombia. Or I don't know where Colombia is. It'll never be, wow, this is gorgeous. Or where's Colombia? Or what is Colombia? Is that the name of a person? Just like something like, what? And also, you have an iPhone. Why don't you push the button and say, hey Siri, where is Colombia? Oh my God. I hope Siri's not going to tell me where Colombia is right now. Okay, good. So it'll be one of those situations. And sometimes I'll be like, why don't you ask Siri? Or why don't you Google it? I'm too lazy to Google. I'm thinking, oh my God, I just wrote this whole thing that is so clear. And now you're confused about something that I consider to be clear. And I have to go and Google it for you or now whatever. Because I feel like, to me, I just feel like this person is not interested. So they're just asking questions to sound interested. And now I'm going to feel like they're engaging, but they're not engaging. It's just like, whatever. So it's not going to make any difference whether I answer that question or not. So I just don't answer those dumb questions half the time. So today I was driving to the dump with my trash, just running errands in my small town. If you're new here, I live in an area that's completely off grid. So one of the reasons, there's nobody around, there are no friends, there's no nothing. I've met some nice and friendly people here, thank God. But I'm not trying to be friends with anybody. I'm not trying to understand anybody, to understand why somebody doesn't understand me, not interested. So I take my own trash to the dump, doing that today amongst other errands. I take a photo close to the dump area. There's just mountains, there's nothing else. It's just desert. So I sent to this friend who gets confused all the time. I'm like, I've been sending her like pictures of where I live because we're kind of close. Probably shouldn't be. After this, I probably will stop messaging her. If it's something I'm really good at, it's just blocking people, just cutting people off because I just can't deal with the dealings. For me, it's like better off not dealing with it and trying to say, don't worry, this is not going to be a loss to that person. What are they going to lose? Somebody they don't understand? It's fine. So, but I won't cut them off. Like, whatever. They've been in my life for a while. We enjoy each other, actually. And so I send them that picture. Like, I'm on my way to the dump. And there's nothing going on there. It's just mountains, like I said. No houses, no nothing. Then I think to myself, oh, she's not going to understand this. So I send another photo saying I'm in my own dump truck. And I thought, oh, because as a former kind of in the interim, not a trucker, she's going to be confused again. So I'm still trying to be accommodating. Like, how can I make this understandable? But I'm going to be really pissed if they send me a question in response to this. Instead of saying, oh my God, there's nothing else there. It's really off grid, which is what I have in mind sending this message. It's going to be something confused about. I don't understand. Or you take your own, or are you driving a truck again? Oh, are you just like, so then I thought, there's nothing else I can send. Let me just, so I went back in there and I just deleted the, those messages. And what's going to happen now, it's going to be, what did you delete? And then I'm going to be like, don't worry about it. In fact, I won't say don't worry about it. I just won't reply. I think now, yesterday I just went through so much. I talked to maybe 4 or 5 different people between customers and one Facebook person that I talk to often. That conversation turned out to be not worth it. And I was like, oof. The thing about me, and then I'm going to stop talking, is that if I realize when we're talking, because I try to be supportive of the people that I hold close to, but if I don't feel the same energy, feels like you're judging me or whatever, or something to that effect, I just cut you off. So I try not to invest into relationships, especially if they're new. I'm not trying to, because I'm not looking for, I'm not trying to make friends at all. I just keep the people that I have in my life and I just eliminate from them. And then we're good. So the ones that are left now, apart from the one who's completely confused, who cares? It's my family. If I value somebody, then if I come to you with a concern about our relationship, then I value that relationship. The rest of the time, if I have a concern, you get cut off. Because then there goes that cancer. Right? So this person sent a message. I thought that they were being funny and sarcastic. And I was like, I know, right? I even said something to them that's nice and complimentary. And they were like, no, really, what are you going to do? And I thought, oh, they were not being sarcastic and being on my side. They were being judgmental. Then I sent another message that's self-deprecating. Is that the word? For me, just being funny and just kind of sucking up. And I looked at it and I was like, why are you doing this as if you're somebody with low self-esteem who wants people to like you? I went back, I unsent it, and now I'm not going to be talking to that person again. We'll talk, but it'll be super surface level. It's just one of those things where you think that you're connecting with somebody and maybe you're friends. And then I realize, oh, I do tend to misunderstand and think more highly of people than they are, because people really cannot meet my expectations to be realistic, because they're not realistic, my expectations. So I will make that mistake and I'll realize, oh no, this person is not cool at all. Oh, let's cut them off. So this one is going into the dump with my next dump run. And my friend probably still stick around because it's fine. She's actually a nice girl who gets confused. Maybe she's got a situation where periodically she gets confused. Or periodically I get frustrated and it's not them. So we'll figure that out as time goes on. Looks like my voice is going away. I wanted to nap, but around noon I have this new thing of getting exhausted. Around noon. It's usually after I eat, but then again I eat all the time. So if it's after I eat, then it's the whole day, because I'm always eating. And I was like, what if I take a nap and wake up later and finish doing some listings? Because I haven't been doing a lot of listings lately. I've just been getting tired. Like I said, I was dealing, before my periods. We all know this story. If you've been following this podcast for a while, you know what happens. And I'm sorry that you know that much. Apologize. But I also hope that somebody will be helped just by hearing certain stories and maybe can relate and be ding, 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 ding. Oh my gosh, that's probably what's happening to me too, right? And you're not crazy, you're not sick, you're not whatever. You're just being a female. Now, let me go ahead and figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll have a bunch of something to drink because I'm thirsty from all the talking. And I'll come back to bed and meditate, float away until I get that high feeling. Oh my God, is it after 1? Yep. Okay. Right. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it this far, you are a champ. The champ is here. My name is Babalwa Brook. You'll find me on social media under that name. And if you care, you may follow me there. And I do have a stock. I do have a store on eBay, The Lovely Brook, because hey, and on Facebook it's also The Lovely Brook. But I also have a Facebook Marketplace under my name, Babala Brook. But just go to The Lovely Brook on any of the social or on the stores, Facebook and eBay. I do ship internationally via my eBay, so you can go crazy over there if you're not in America. The furthest I've shipped to, I think, was it Ireland? I think so. I know they shipped there a couple months ago. Like, yeah, 2 to 3 months ago. It was really exciting. It was a pair of really good jeans. They paid a lot of money for them. So I was happy. Shoot. Thank you so much. I also have a YouTube channel, like I said, and I have a blog. So check any of those or none. It's up to you.